So, Battlebots Season 5 has ended, and now the tournament is upon us. And these are my predictions for it. Starting at the top, we have Hydra vs. Hyper Shock. I don't think it'll go exactly like the last fight, but it'll probably go similarly with Hydra getting flips in. I noticed Hyper Shock doesn't exactly have the lowest ground, so I picked Hydra to win that fight. Malice vs. Gigabyte. Gigabyte seems to have a fully protective shield, while Malice may be protected a little bit, but it's kind of exposed as well. It's not as protected as Gigabyte, which has its full body spin or dome to protect it. So I chose Gigabyte. Up next, we have Whiplash vs. Huge. That's probably going to go similar to the last fight. And Whiplash driving seems to have gotten better, while Huge was doing worse this year, so Whiplash. Now we have Valkyrie and Sub-Zero. Valkyrie is a powerful vertical spinner, and Sub-Zero got better, but it's probably a similar bat to how it was. So Valkyrie will probably just come out on top. Next, we have Uppercut versus Hijinks. Uppercut is an insanely powerful spinner. Hijinks has a somewhat powerful spinner, but Uppercut seems to be the more powerful one. So I choose them. They'll probably just deliver more hits, just attack them better. They have a better weapon. Next, we have Beta and Roybot. I don't really remember much of Roybot's performance, but I remember Beta was really good this year, and they can probably outmaneuver Roybot and get some good hits in. Roybot might be able to do something, but probably not, because its spin isn't exactly the most powerful one. So, Beta. Then we have Black Dragon and Slammo. One has a powerful spinner, one has a slightly powerful lifter. Its lifter can do something, but I see Black Dragon outmaneuvering that and just delivering a lot more hits, not giving Slammo a chance. So there. Then we have Mad Cattle and Tombstone. Mad Cattle shows a lot of aggression, and I thought of it once as like the new Bite Force, because there is this insanely powerful vertical spinner, and it doesn't lose to many. I don't even know if it's 3-0 or not. I think it is. So usually the vertical spinner wins against the horizontal spinner in this situation. Plus Tombstone hasn't been doing super good this year, so I chose Mad Cattle. Then we move on to this spot, Bloodsport and Gorf. Bloodsport has a super powerful spinner. Gorf has a lifter, and it's aggressive, but I don't see it being able to do much. So Bloodsport it is. And we have Fusion vs. Tantrum. I honestly did not know who to pick for this fight, so I just went with Fusion because it's the higher seed. Like, I could see either one of them winning that fight, so I just picked Fusion. Then Sawblaze vs. Kraken. Sawblaze will probably have better control, get some good hits in, probably even lower ground than Kraken. Scorpios and Witch Doctor. Scorpios lost to Lockjaw before, and Witch Doctor, we saw it improve a lot in its last fight, just like the Witch Doctor from last year. So Witch Doctor was actually really powerful. So Witch Doctor will probably win. Then Copperhead vs. Mammoth. Powerful spinner, and Copperhead's really small. I don't really see Mammoth being able to get any hits in on it. And it has a lot of exposed parts, so Copperhead will probably win. Lockjaw vs. Shadow. I also wasn't sure who to put for this fight. Lockjaw would probably win, but then again, spinners don't always win. So I just picked Lockjaw because it has a higher seed. Then Endgame vs. Perfect Phoenix. Endgame has a really powerful spinner. Endgame seems to be doing better this year than other years. And Perfect Phoenix, again, it's a vertical versus horizontal. Endgame will probably come out on top. Then Jackpot and Rotator. This fight, I was really not sure who to pick for this one, because Jackpot seems to have I don't actually know how Rotator performed this year. I can't remember any of its fights. I mean, there was the Valkyrie one, but I just see Rotator getting around to the side of Jackpot and landing hits with its spinner, and I don't think there's many edges Jackpot can catch with its spinner. I'm probably going to be wrong about this, but I picked Rotator. So now we're down to the round of 16, starting with Hydra and Gigabyte. Hydra will probably get under Gigabyte before I can even spin up and just flip it multiple times until it gets upside down and can't move. So Hydra. Whiplash and Valkyrie, okay, we just saw this fight. So Whiplash again. I chose Whiplash to win before I even saw how the bots were going for the fight. So I'm going to say Whiplash. Pretty confident about that. Then Uppercut and Beta. Why does it say 20 here? This should be 13. Uppercut and Beta. I don't know why, but I'm probably wrong because I picked Sawblaze to win against Uppercut. I'm probably underestimating Uppercut, but I see Beta getting under Uppercut. Uppercut seems to have a small build and is really unstable compared to the fast, aggressive, and powerful Beta. Beta will probably get a lot of hits in. I don't know if it'll win, but I just picked Beta. They can probably get Uppercut unstable and land some hits. I'm probably wrong though, but I don't really have much support for Uppercut. Then Black Dragon and Mad Cattle. Black Dragon's spinner isn't exactly super powerful, and Mad Cattle also has a powerful spinner, a really powerful one, so I again picked Mad Cattle. I'm not sure if I'm going to be right, but Mad Cattle has an insane amount of aggression, so I chose them. Then Bloodsport and Fusion. I probably need to look closer at the bots because it'll probably come down to who has more reach, who can hit the right spots, but I just went with a quick, easy decision, Bloodsport. It'll probably land some hits. Fusion is a little unstable, so that's another reason why I think Bloodsport. Then Sawblaze and Witch Doctor. Again, this is the new and improved Witch Doctor. We just didn't get to see much, so that's why it's a 23 seed. It beat Sawblaze before, so Witch Doctor for the quarterfinals. Copperhead and Lockjaw. Again, Copperhead, more powerful spinner. Similar to Minotaur. Minotaur beat Lockjaw. He'll probably win the same way Minotaur won against Lockjaw. Then Endgame and Rotator. Not much choice here. Endgame could also be the new Bite Force of this year. It's got a huge, powerful spinner that could just hit Rotator, and Rotator never lasts well against vertical spinners. And Endgame also has that huge wedge that he'll probably use. So, Endgame for that. Now we come down to the quarterfinals, which is Hydra versus Whiplash. Hydra will probably use its flipper again against Whiplash. Whiplash might get some good driving in there, but I see Hydra coming out on top. It's got a big, powerful weapon in low ground. Beta and Mad Cattle. Again, Mad Cattle is a spinner. I don't know why I'm picking Mad Cattle to win against Beta when Uppercut I don't see winning against Beta. I don't know what I'm thinking here, but I just see Mad Cattle has this huge wedge in front that leads up to its spinner. And it will most likely do what it's intended to do. Get some good hits, getting under Beta, and flipping it over and doing some damage. Then Bloodsport and Witch Doctor. Again, it's a full body spinner versus an insanely powerful vertical spinner. Witch Doctor will probably come out on top. They'll lift Bloodsport up in the air, maybe flip it over. Either way, however they hit it, it's gonna do a lot of damage. Then Copperhead and Endgame. Copperhead might be the more powerful spinner, but so is Endgame. Endgame has those low ground scraping forks with higher reach than Copperhead, and I see them coming out on top. And then again, I can also see Copperhead, but I'm picking Endgame because that's where I saw first coming out on top. It'll be a good fight, that's for sure, if it even does happen. Now, semifinals. Hydra and Mad Cow. Probably Hydra. It's got good driving, good weapon, low ground. Mad Cattle is not exactly a top-notch bot. It's good, but I just don't see it winning against Hydra. Then Witch Doctor and Endgame. If this fight happens, that would be amazing. But what Endgame was to Hypershock, Witch Doctor will probably be that to Endgame. I mean, it could be wrong. Endgame has those low ground scraping forks that could possibly get under Witch Doctor, just like Bite Force was, and do some damage. But Witch Doctor is the more powerful spinner. Plus, combined now with Endgame's reliability issues, which we saw a little bit of this season, I see Witch Doctor coming out on top. And then we have Hydra and Witch Doctor going against each other again, which most people would probably choose Hydra to win, but I chose Witch Doctor to win last time because I thought they were a much more powerful spinner. I didn't realize their weapon would break. That'll probably be them this time around. They'll get some hits on Hydra the same way Minotaur did. Just get to the side. They've fought Hydra before, so they'll probably know what to do better. So yeah, Witch Doctor is the bot that I believe will be winning the championship.